Being a doctor, what type of problem you see in J&K, especially in primary sector?
What are your views about the share which has been allocated to the health sector?
In our union territory, we have administrative council.
Yes.
So, who is the chairman of administrative council?
You must have heard about euthanasia.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the ethical issues involved in euthanasia?
Briefly introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Tushar Mahajan. I was born and brought up in Jammu. I did my initial schooling from Shangri-La Public and later my secondary and higher secondary education from KC Public School, Jammu. Then I did my MBBS from Government Medical College, Jammu and passed out in 2023. My hobbies include playing lawn tennis, watching medical web series, old shows on YouTube. Apart from that, I am also fond of traveling.
This is your second interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the marks?
Sir, in the last interview,
last interview?
sir, 175.
175.
Yes,
That's very good.
Yes, sir.
Where was it you are lacking?
Sir, I got 50 marks in GS1.
GS1 only 50 marks?
Yes, sir.
50.
Yes, sir. I missed the cutoff by 15 marks
Okay.
and GS1 probably was the reason behind it.
Okay. What is your optional?
Sir, medical science.
Medical science. Okay. Why you want to be a KS officer, IAS officer? Why it is? You are a good profession already.
Yes, sir. Sir, the main reason why I want to enter in the field of administration was consolidating during my internship. Sir, as a doctor, we could cater only to the curative part of health, whereas the problem lies in the preventive part. And to enter into the arena of preventive health, the field of administration is probably the best where I can enter and make a change. And moreover, it can provide me an ample opportunity, which as a doctor, I might not get ever in life. So that's the main reason I want to enter into the arena of administration.
Okay. Being a doctor, what type of problem you see in J&K, especially in primary sector?
Sorry, sir?
Primary health sector, what type of problems?
Sir, specifically, generally speaking, in whole of the India, primary health sector lacks in infrastructure. That's the common problem in whole of India. But when it comes to J&K, so apart from infrastructure, the access to primary health care is also concerned. Since the topography and geography of J&K is very diverse, people find it very hard to reach to the nearest primary health centers, and this creates a lot of problem when it comes to their health. Moreover, many patients, if have to travel to tertiary health, they have to travel hundreds of kilometers to reach at tertiary level health, that is Jammu. And even after opening a lot of medical colleges in recent times like Kathua and Rajouri, most of the people still are very much stigmatized about the fact that whether they would get good amount of healthcare in those colleges. So that's the main concern.
Okay. Why sex ratio in India, South India especially, is higher as compared to North India?
Sir, there are quite a reasons behind that. First of all, the family planning, as we've found National Family Health Planning that started just after the independence, it created a good amount of positive result in South Indian states, whereas the family planning lacked quite a lot in North Indian states. Moreover, sir, the problem of female infanticide and feticide was quite prevalent, though it has decreased a lot, but is still very much prevalent in states, North Indian states, as we can witness in the sex ratio of Haryana and Punjab, which is probably the lowest in India. Whereas states like Kerala have a female this sex ratio of more than 1,000, which signifies the improvement and the...
Okay, coming to general question, why people of Bangladesh is protesting against the government?
Sir, the recent incidents are behind the quota system that is in Bangladesh. Sir, the government in Bangladesh provides a reservation in government jobs to the people, to the children or the generations of the people who sacrificed their lives or contributed in the independence in 1971 in Bangladesh war. So people are protesting on the fact that it has been quite a long that the quota has persisted and they want a reform in that, and that's the reason behind it.
Okay. One chief minister from India said that Niti Aayog should be scrapped, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you think Niti Aayog is not working properly? Why she said that? What is your opinion in this concern?
Sir, I believe Niti Aayog was something that was a need of the hour when it was created in 2015, because we have always focused on top to bottom approach. But Niti Aayog was the first time that focused on bottom to top approach and focused on decentralized planning. Whereas when it was planning commission, it mainly focused on only unilateral and only one-sided thinking on how to contribute for the planning and development. So I personally believe there are reforms that are needed so that politicization does not happen. But Niti Aayog as a step is a good step towards better planning in India.
Can you tell us about the composition of Niti Aayog?
So Niti Aayog consists of the Prime Minister, who's the chairperson of the Niti Aayog. Apart from that, there are the chief ministers of all the states. And when it comes to those states which do not have chief ministers like the union territories, the lieutenant governors of the state are part of that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Tushar,
sir.
currently you are working or you are preparing only?
Sir, I was doing a job, but then I left after some time. Currently I'm in full preparation.
Okay. Your mother tongue is Dogri.
Yes, sir.
Is it a language?
Sir, I feel probably it's a language, but I'm not sure about it, sir.
Okay. There are certain scheduled languages according to the Indian Constitution.
Sir.
What are they?
Such scheduled languages are those which are recognized in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, of which currently there are 22 scheduled languages in India, of which Dogri is a part of it, which was added by 92nd Amendment Act in 2003.
That means Dogri is a language.
Yes.
Okay. You have completed your graduation in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Then we were preparing for this prestigious job.
Yes, sir.
You have also attempted twice for UPSC.
Yes, sir.
What was your result?
Sir, last year I appeared in UPSC mains, but I missed the cutoff by 30 marks. And this time also I'm appearing for UPSC mains, which is scheduled in September, sir.
Okay. Okay. Tushar, have you gone through the recent budget of Government of India?
Sir, I have visited some points, but not in details, sir.
Okay. What are your views about the share which has been allocated to the health sector?
Sir, the health budget in recent times though has increased. When we compare to last 5 years, it has increased as a percentage of GDP. But the ideal target as that was set up by National Health Policy to reach about 3.5% of the GDP, we are still very far from that. Currently, we sit at about 2.7 to 2.8% of the GDP that is contributed to health. But I believe a lot more is needed, especially at the times when we are post-COVID times, we have witnessed the devastation that has been created. So I believe we need to do a lot better in that.
Okay. According to you, what is the role of health sector in achieving the dream of Viksit Bharat?
So, as we all be knowing about the term demographic dividend, everyone is talking about that for Viksit Bharat, we have to nourish our demographic dividend, which is probably the largest in India currently. And if we do not have a society or a demography which is healthy in both mentally and physically, we cannot produce a better human capital, as well as we cannot contribute to the development of the country to the terms which we really need in order to become a developed country by 2047. And for that, I guess health sector, apart from education and skill, is probably the most important by which we can achieve the dream of Viksit Bharat.
Do you think that continued elections in India hamper or dent the social capital?
So can I take 10 seconds to
Yes, please.
Sir, there are, if we look at this fact, there are probably two sides to look at this fact. Sir, regular elections do create a lot of hindrance, as many times the policy decisions lack, or because of the regular implementation of the Model Code of Conduct, we find it very hard to implement the policies at right time and at the right place, which as a result lacks to the implementation of policies on ground level, and thus the human capital is affected. But on the other hand, regular elections in India truly signify the fact that India, though by Article 1 is Union of States, but is in fact federal in soul, as also highlighted as a basic structure.
My question was regarding to the social capital.
Sir, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, when it comes to this social capital, sir, it impacts in the fact that the regular elections, so since India is very much dependent on vote bank politics, and it's an important part of our politics which we cannot deny. So as a result, the social fabric of the society stands on a very weak pillar which can be disturbed very easily. And if that disturbs very regularly, it might not be able to produce the amount of social capital and the social fabric to the strength which we need. So yes, in that case, it affects the social capital of the country.
So what are your views on one nation, one election?
So the recent Covid panel has recommended in favor of one nation, one election. Sir, in a country like India, there are many points to it. There are favorable points to this fact that it will reduce the regular expenditure that takes place, as it has also been highlighted that it might contribute to growth of GDP because a limited amount of money would be spent. But sir, the other side of this fact is that it might create more a presidential form of system in our country, and it can lead to depletion of the state parties, which can hamper the federal structure of our country. So, one nation, one election is a good idea, but we have to take every stakeholder in consideration in order to make it a good valid for this country.
Okay. What is Sangrila dialogue? Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir, I have heard about it.
Okay.
I'm not able to.
Have you heard about the Raisina dialogue?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So, Raisina Dialogues is conducted every year at in Delhi. It is an initiative of the Government of India, and apart from that, Organization Research Foundation also plays a role in it. The countries, the different prime ministers or the ambassadors of different countries are invited in it in order to discuss the issues of paramount importance that are currently going in that. As also recently, the Chaturang ideology was carved out in the recent Raisina summit, and it has been, if I'm not wrong, it started first in 2018 and it has been going since.
What are your views? Is it helping India in improving India's stature at a global flora?
Sir, India's strength has always been the soft power that it possesses, and the initiatives like these truly are working in that direction. As also highlighted in the recent facts that we have a sovereign foreign policy, and despite of different wars that are going on, and again the world being trying to be created into a bipolar world, we are still very much independent in our decisions and policies that we take. And these initiatives truly hold the fact that India is a sovereign nation in true sense. So yes, they are working in the right direction.
If you are appointed as a district collector or subdivisional magistrate, what will be your priority areas?
So since I'm a doctor by profession and by degree, so I would definitely try to focus on health, because apart from health, if there's good health status in a country, definitely the conditions and the productivity of the capital will increase. So apart from that, I would try to work more on education and interlink between health and education sector, and would try my best to the best of my abilities to implement all those schemes which focus especially on health and education.
Okay, recent events pertaining to the increased terrorist attacks in Jammu region. According to you, what are the possible causations behind increasing tendency of terrorism in Jammu region, per se the Kashmir region?
So the recent incidents in Jammu, there can be multiple reasons behind this. First of all, sir, ever since the abrogation of Article 370, sir, the infiltrators have found it very hard to make inroads into the Kashmir Valley. And this can be witnessed especially by the fact that stone pelting has almost been eradicated, which was the indirect way to spread terrorism. So they are finding it hard to make inroads in Kashmir, and hence the result, they are now attacking the Jammu region. The Jammu region, sir, as it's very much diverse and its topography ranges from complete plain areas to very high hilly areas. So it's unlike the Kashmir Valley, which though is on a high altitude, but it's very much valley-like place. So in Jammu, sir, it's not very much easy to tackle the topography, and hence as a result, we are facing an issue in today's time. Moreover, sir, the border, though the fencing has been there, but the dense jungles make it hard, and many times infiltrators enter through it. And moreover, sir, it has, as also witnessed in the Kashmir in 1989, 1990, the minorities were targeted. So they want to create a fear of targeting especially the minorities, as we can also see in the recent Shiv Khodi attack. So they want to create a atmosphere of fear, and moreover, army is working towards that, and hopefully we will see a good result in soon.
Okay, last question from my side. Polio has been eradicated from all over the world except two countries. One is Pakistan and another is Afghanistan.
Yes, sir.
What are the threats associated with it to India?
Sir, India India was probably latest country was Nigeria to eradicate that, to eliminate polio, and apart from before that, India was there. So the main problems that we can witness is the rise of the wild polio virus, especially the variant 2. In Pakistan and Afghanistan, main problem is that the people are very much stigmatized when it comes to taking the vaccine. And sir, if the strain spreads, the nearest country that is situated along with Pakistan is India. And weighing to the large population that India has, it can spread like an epidemic and pose a very big threat to the country. And all our efforts, especially when it comes to national immunization scheme, of which polio has been the most important pillar, we can face a lot of threat and might fall back to the status of having cases of polio.
Okay, thank you.
Tushar, in one of the answers you said that being a doctor, I would like to provide service when I will be selected in this service. Suppose you are selected and appointed in one of the Tehsil headquarters. So you will be the administrative head in a Tehsil or a block development officer. You will be heading that block.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, would you like to go in a dispensary or in a hospital and provide your service?
So since we are appearing in an exam which is itself known as civil services, the name civil is itself in that. So sir, it does not matter whether it's a dispensary or a small hospital. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if we have to work in that manner and according to the provided services, we have to reach.
Suppose in your area there is a single doctor dispensary and doctor is on leave and not available, and when the people approach you, what you will do at that time? You personally visit in that dispensary, or you will ask the other people or the government for providing a doctor for 2 days or 3 days?
Sir,
what you will do in that case?
Sir, it's a fact that I can provide the service, but I cannot provide the regular or permanent services that a doctor can provide. So, sir, in that case, first of all, I would approach the health department about this, about the vacancy that has been created, and moreover, the regularity and punctuality of the doctors.
Because it is very easy to say that I will provide the service,
Yes,
but ultimately when you will be an administrative service, and there will be definitely there will be some bindings,
Yes.
and it will be difficult for you. So okay, it's all right that you have make up mind for this. And in your hobbies, you have said that traveling is my hobby.
Yes, sir.
Where you have traveled?
Sir, recently about 5 to 6 months back, I went to Northeast on a solo travel. I visited Sikkim. I visited, apart from Manipur, sir.
You traveled with a particular objective or without objective?
Sir, it depends. Sometimes I travel without objective, and sometimes I travel with the objective of seeking a little bit of mental peace. But sir, it's not I do not travel with a reason.
Mental peace is the only objective.
Sir, it is one of the.
Suppose I travel somewhere and my objective is to see or to mingle with the people in order
Yes,
to get the information related to their religious as well as socio-cultural activities. So your objective is only to enjoy.
No, sir. Mental peace is one of the objectives that I seek, sir. But apart from that, I very much I am interested in visiting the culture sites of that place. Apart from that, sir, I regularly study the topography and geography of that place. So I am very much fascinated by that fact. And solo traveling is something that makes it easy for me to access and know those things in that perspective. So
Okay.
that's why I travel a lot.
Okay, do you know something about the Dogra warrior Mia Dido?
Sir, Mia Dido was he was a warrior. He was I'm not able to.
Why
recall.
is called as Dogra warrior?
Sir, I'm not able to recall at the moment, sir.
Is there any statue in Jammu city?
Sir, there is a statue, sir.
Where? Can you tell us about the location?
Sir, I'm not able to recall at the moment.
There is another statue in Jibal area,
Sir, yes, sir. Jibal.
Pandit Premnath Dogra.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about the contribution of Premnath Dogra?
Sir, Pandit Premnath Dogra was he has been MLA of Jammu, and moreover, sir, he was a part of Bharatiya
From
Janata
which
Sangh.
party?
Bharatiya Janata Sangh, sir. He was a worker of Bharatiya Janata Sangh. He was a member of Bharatiya Janata Sangh, and he has contributed to a great extent.
But before Bharatiya Janata Party, Bharatiya Janata Party तो उस वक्त थी नहीं.
Sir, Bharatiya Janata Sangh, sir.
जनसंघ. There was another party.
Sir, Dogra Parishad.
That was Praja Parishad.
Praja Parishad, yes.
Right. So tell us about the contribution of Brigadier Arjinder Singh. The statue of Arjinder Singh is also in
Yes,
Jammu.
it is
city.
also in Jammu, sir.
So, where is the birthplace of Maharaja Gulab Singh?
Sorry, sir.
Maharaja Gulab Singh's birthplace?
Sir, Akhnur?
No.
Yes, see that.
Who was Zorawar Singh?
Sir, he was general of.
General of?
He was General Gulab Singh, sir.
Can you tell us about the contribution of Zorawar Singh in extending the Jammu and Kashmir territory?
Yes, sir. Sir, he conquered the parts of Ladakh and reached up to Tibet and annexed all that area in the princely state of erstwhile J&K, sir.
In our union territory, we have administrative council.
Yes, sir.
So, who is the chairman of administrative council?
Sir, Lieutenant Governor of the state.
Okay.
So your hobby is playing lawn tennis also. So what are the dimensions of lawn tennis ground?
Sir, I'm not able to recall at the moment, sir.
Okay, and you also watch medical web series.
Yes, sir.
Any series which you recently watched?
Sir, there are multiple series that I recently watched. Sir, there is a series by the name House MD. And apart from that, sir, there's one series named as The Good Doctor. So these two series I've been
So
watching.
in the series Good Doctor, what you learned from that series?
Sir, in the series Good Doctor, the protagonist of the web series, sir, he's suffering from autism, and autism makes it very hard for the person to socially interact with people. And so the main thing I learned that despite being an autistic personality, the way he has been working as a doctor, that is something that inspires not only me, but I suppose it surely will inspire to any person, even the non-medical person who might watch that web series, in order to how to deal with society and how to ease with the problems that you face in life.
Okay, so now let us come to the next question. You have invested your around 5.5 years in MBBS.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you watch this medical web series, and you are saying that even after autism, he was serving the society. So you wanted to become a civil servant after investing your 5.5 years in MBBS.
Yes.
So is it your own decision or there is some peer pressure or some other sort of pressure?
Sir, it's my very own decision. So although the inspiration also comes from my family, my father, sir, who himself at his time wasn't able to crack interview during his time. So obviously, sir, the fact that I was introduced to this field, this exam was by my family only. But it's for during the course of my MBBS, sir, I personally realized, and especially at the internship time, I was very much sure that I would enter into this field and would give my best in order to enter into this field. And that was the reason I opted to go for civil services, sir.
Okay, so you must have heard about euthanasia.
Yes, sir.
So what are the ethical issues involved in euthanasia?
Sir, euthanasia is termed as mercy killing, that when a person who is living his life is not able to do his regular deeds or is might suffering of the fact that it's better for him to die rather than to spend those horrible days. So euthanasia is practiced. Sir, in India, sir, euthanasia has been a matter of debate, and in recent times, passive euthanasia has been legalized to some extent. And the main challenge to it, sir, it is Article 21, which states about right to life. But at the same time, the Supreme Court has itself said that right to dignity is also fundamental right for a person. So that's why passive euthanasia in the latest Aruna Schonbach case, that was the main case, the nurse who was more than 40 years, she was in comatose state and yet she was not dead. And this type of life, I believe nobody ever imagines for anyone or even himself. So after that case, Supreme Court legalized passive euthanasia in certain cases, and still it's a matter of debate and more has to be done about this.
Okay, so when did Supreme Court legalized passive euthanasia in India? In which year?
Sir, can I make a guess of this? Sir, 2018?
Yes. Okay, recently there is a debate regarding Covishield vaccine.
Yes.
Okay, there are side effects or after effects of Covishield vaccine. So what is your view on this?
Sir, every vaccination is connected to some sort of side effects. But sir, it's a fact that Covishield was, because of the reason that COVID was spread like a wildfire, many of its phases were bypassed. But the main phases during the vaccine trial that take place all had taken place for the Covishield, and they are open and transparent in the public domain. And apart from the fact that the problem lies in the fact that the very own company AstraZeneca made these claims very late after the vaccine was almost vaccinated in whole of India. But I personally believe vaccination was the need of the hour. There were some side effects like some clots were produced and some people did face it, but the incidence of those side effects was very less, not even 0.1% to the fact. So I guess vaccination was a good idea, but at the same time, it's not only Covishield. Every vaccine associated with some side effects, which can be handled very nicely and very properly in the hospital domain.
Okay, name two viral and bacterial disease.
So, two viral disease, it can be rabies. Apart from that, there's Kesson forest disease, then dengue virus, dengue fever is also viral disease. Then, sir, bacteria, it is typhoid is a bacterial disease. Sir, anthrax is a bacterial disease.
Okay, so name 5 sectors in respect to J&K where we need to focus more for development.
So, 5 sectors. So, can I take 10 seconds to think? So I would place infrastructure as the topmost sector because, sir, J&K in last years no doubt has received quite a lot of money and fund for infrastructure, but the basic infrastructure still lacks in many parts of J&K. If you just go outside of Jammu city only, you will find many places where there are not even proper roads and people find it very difficult to travel. So infrastructure would be the first priority. Sir, apart from that, health and education, they are every time. To what extent we do in health and sector, we have to do more and more in order to produce the idea of developed India. And J&K is a integral part of India. So development of J&K would directly contribute to.
Only name the sectors.
Sorry, sir?
Only name the sectors.
Okay, sir. So infrastructure, then health and education. Then, sir, I would also name tourism in the fact. And sir, last, I would also include, sir, forestry and agriculture.
Forestry and agriculture. Okay. You recently visited Northeast.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So which places you visited and what you liked the most about the Northeast?
Sir, I visited Sikkim, Assam, Meghalaya, and Arunachal, parts of Arunachal. Sir, the most amazing thing that I found there was the civic and transportation system. Sir, unlike in most of the parts of India where there are heavy traffic jams that take place, though there were traffic jams there, but I found one amazing thing that people do not cross over to the other lane. Even if it's lying empty, they are completely in decorum and travel in a straight line so as to ensure at least the second lane is spared. There are places for ambulance to travel by very easily in case of emergency. Moreover, sir, the people are very friendly, people are very kind, and they are very much interested in, when we visit those places, they are very much interested in interacting with us and know more about those things. So I like those things there.
So you visited Meghalaya also?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen root bridges there?
I would, sir, footbridge, yes, sir, the wood, yes, sir.
Root bridges?
Yes, sir, root bridge.
Okay, thank you.